Hello, this is Nemo Golbabai on KUCI 88.9 Irvine. So this is a great episode, and this is our fourth episode with Sarah Hudson here, who she has a show. Just introduce your show.
Hey guys, I have a music show Thursdays at 10 p.m. called The Loop, where I play really cool music and I talk about it. So you should tune in.
Tune in on what day?
Thursdays at 10 p.m. on KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine.
All right, so we have a movie here that we talked about on our probably like our last show or the show before that.
Well, we've been talking about this movie every show. Every show, this movie has gotten a shout out.
And this is a movie that I've wanted to see since I watched Lost in Translation a few years ago because it's by the same director. And I finally did today. At 10 a.m. I watched this movie, actually. And what is that movie called?
The Virgin Suicides.
All right, so I watched that. She probably watched it a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't seen it recently. And I liked it. And we got a lot to talk about because I feel it's a very subtle film.
Okay.
It is subtle.
One could argue that it's subtle.
It's a movie about, what is it about?
You have the synopsis right in front of you. It's about these 5 sisters. Is it 5?
Yeah, it's about these 5 blonde sisters
They have to be blonde.
with 2 parents that are very religious. I felt like more the mother was very religious.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like the parents were the villain at the first part of the movie.
At the first part, it seemed like they were fine.
Yeah, and then as the movie goes on, they kind of go off the deep end.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that. So this kind of reminded me a lot of American Beauty because it starts out with the perfect suburb and it's very beautiful. And it's very well directed. I love the camera it's shot on. It's very warm. There's a lot of light coming through, and it's kind of about these neighbors that are in love with these 5 sisters, so I guess there's one left over or something. But I guess that guy comes along later. That's the Trip character is his name, right?
Yeah. Magic Man.
So this one of the girls, the youngest sister, Cecilia, she tries to kill herself.
This is true, yeah.
Should we give a warning on
Oh,
this?
yeah, I guess trigger warning.
Well, let's not call it that.
Oh.
Let's just say warning.
Whoa, okay. Sorry, you cannot be woke in Nima's show.
Yeah, don't be woke.
Warning.
It's just a warning.
Sensitive topic warning, I guess.
Yeah. And she's in the bath, and there's blood.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's there's something I didn't really understand, but there's this little card that says Mary on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes up again at the end of the movie. I don't know if that was symbolism, but whatever. I guess it doesn't matter.
I wish I remembered that so I could tell you.
Yeah, I know.
Darn.
She didn't do her homework.
I was like, I understand the concepts of the movie.
She was too busy gambling, which we'll get
Whoa.
into later. So basically, the parents go to the family therapist. Oh, that was Danny DeVito. I was like, that looks just like Danny DeVito.
Wasn't that crazy?
Wait, he wasn't short.
Cameras can do very beautiful things.
Trigger warning if you are scared of short people. The reason I don't like that word is because it feels like people just use it for everything. This is something that people could really be uncomfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to say it's a real warning.
Okay. That actually inspires a very interesting conversation about the more you use a word, it loses its meaning.
That's so true.
Crazy. Anyways.
And yeah, so the therapist is. So this says that they should pay more attention to Cecilia, but I thought the therapist said you should allow her to have a boyfriend.
Well, the therapist essentially was like, you should just let her live her life and stop trying to control every aspect of it.
Right. They were like, okay, in the beginning of the film, I would say they were like strict, but still loving. But then at the end, they turn into like controlling and kind of cruel.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll get into that. I don't want to go off topic.
Oh, wow, for once.
Yeah, we're going to go off topic about the gambling addiction you have.
Whoa!
And I'm going to give a shout out to Gamblers Anonymous right now.
Okay, yeah. Pull up the hotline.
So, I like this part, the next part of the film. They throw like a party,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like in the basement, and it kind of looks fun.
It looks kind of fun.
Yeah, but like Cecilia is not having it. All her other sisters are having a good time. And like Cecilia's just staying there and not moving, and then she like goes upstairs, and it's kind of like a traumatic scene, but she jumps out of her window, and at first I was like, wait, how did she die from that? Because it's a short fall, but she actually like fell on a, like they have like an iron fence, and there's like spikes on top of it. So it's a very so this is a pretty depressing film, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it doesn't get.
It doesn't have a happy
happier.
ending either.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but before we continue, crap, I dropped something. It's a piece of plastic.
Oh, I thought you dropped the button, and I was like, wait, it's right there.
Well,
Did we introduce the button?
Yeah.
Oh.
We have no, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
We have a "You're Wrong" button. It's really like a custom button.
If you guys are fans of the show, you would know that this has been a long time coming.
Yeah, so I bought this $10 button. I originally wanted to do one that was like pre-recorded, and it was just "You're Wrong," but I couldn't find it on Amazon. So I bought this one where you can record anything, but the speaker is really low quality, so it's very jumbled. But it's basically me saying "You're wrong," and we're going to be using that a lot.
I'm so excited.
And we should get into it here.
Okay.
Before we continue with the plot synopsis, let me just mark where we are. Yep. Okay. Sorry, this mouse is really bad.
Oh, yeah, Nima hates this mouse and this keyboard.
Okay. It's all good now.
Sweet.
So, I would give this movie at 8.7 out of 10, which
Wow.
is considered, for me, like a very good movie.
Yeah.
Anything from 8.7 to 8.9 is very good. Anything above 9 is great. Now, I felt like the ending brought it up to that 8.7 for me, because I was like, yeah, this is a good movie, but I wouldn't consider it very good. But then like I saw the ending and I was like, oh yeah, it's a very good movie, and it all works pretty well. But the thing I wanted to talk about is I'd give Lost in Translation a 9 out of 10.
Which is crazy to
And
me.
I think that's her better movie, and the critics agree with me.
The mostly male critics. The mostly male critics.
The experts agree with me.
I wonder if there's a bias there.
So talk about mostly male.
Most movie critics are mostly male.
But do you think like men would like Lost in Translation more?
Yeah.
Why?
Have you watched Her?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
The one where he falls in love with the robot girl?
Is that what happens? I've never seen it.
Oh. Basically, I feel like Her is the boy version of Lost in Translation, and Lost in Translation itself like is kind of very, I don't know. I feel like it's more for the boys. Whenever I talk to a girl about Sofia Coppola, they never like bring up Lost in Translation. But whenever I talk to a boy about Sofia Coppola, it's the first thing that they bring up. So I just feel like.
But explain like without talking about the movie Her.
You want to talk about Her?
No, I don't. Like, wait, why is Lost in Translation more for the boys? I'm not even.
Because I feel like it's like a sister to Her, or like a brother. I guess I don't know. A sibling to Her.
Forget about the movie Her.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about the movie Her.
Okay. Well, no, but you were like, why did you bring it up? And
No,
that's why I
forget
brought
about
it up.
Just tell me, like, only talk about Lost in Translation.
I wish I could talk about it, but I genuinely have nothing to say because it bored me to death.
Okay, but why is it more for boys is what I'm asking.
I don't know, because I've seen a trend where the girls don't really care about it.
That's weird. Why is that?
I don't know. I just noticed
Okay,
gender
but
differences everywhere, Nima.
but you can talk about why you didn't like Lost in
I
Translation.
thought it was boring and dull and tired. I was uninspired by it.
Both Virgin Suicides and Lost in Translation have a very similar tone
Do they?
and like pace. Yeah, they do.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
I pushed the button. I hope that was
Guys,
legible.
his eyes lit up. His eyes lit up as he realized that he could push the button. And he went and he slammed the button. It was a beautiful sight from my end.
It was beautiful. Thank you for. Let's give a round of applause
For the button, yeah.
She was right. You can't tell me why. Just like analyze the movie a little bit.
Nima, the hatred I have for this movie,
why though?
like bars me from really being able to say anything prolific about it.
It's so similar in terms of pace and like vibe, where it's very calm and relaxing as Virgin Suicides, but I felt Lost in Translation is like faster paced and there's more stuff going on.
Maybe this is about the Virgin Suicides and not about not about Lost in Translation, because the Virgin Suicides to me was extremely like, it was warm, like you said, there was a lot of light. Lost in Translation is very cold and dark. For me, the Virgin Suicides is like, there are moments of like girlhood and bonding and love and heartbreak, and Lost in Translation is just about what? Longing, yearning, depression, like boring.
But it was happier than this movie.
In a sense, like it's about something happier.
Is it because it's about a woman that gets with an old man?
No. No.
Well, tell me why this is not why the boys like Lost in Translation.
I wish I knew why the boys liked Lost in Translation. I really do.
Okay. Why do the boys like... Okay.
You're asking me why the boys
One of the
like...
reasons... I got it. One of the reasons is because it's about a man that gets with a very beautiful woman.
There you go.
Scarlett Johansson, shout out.
Oh, ScarJo is also in Her. She's the voice
What's
that the guy
with this
falls in.
Her movie?
You should watch it. I feel like you'd like it if you like Lost in Translation. I don't know. I saw this on TikTok, so it could be a lie, but I think Sofia Coppola's ex-husband directed Her. Around the same time she directed Lost in Translation, and so the movies kind of talk to each other in that way. But that could also be false.
Okay, so I just want to say before we go back to the movie that I like Virgin Suicides. I like Sofia Coppola. I think she, totally different style from her father, but you can tell that she's definitely like had great influences.
Oh, for sure.
And she's very talented as a director. She does make very beautiful looking films, and they feel like really real and lived in, and it like really feels like you could be there, especially like in Lost in Translation. Like I feel like I've been to Tokyo after watching that film. It felt so real. And like I always like take note of this when I like take a picture of something that I find to be cool. I'm like, this never looks as good as it was through my own eyes. But then I see like a great film, like let's say Lost in Translation. I'm like, that's how Tokyo looks. That I feel like how it really looks. But if I took that, it would just be like, oh, this is just a cool looking city. It's not anything special. So that's a compliment to Sofia Coppola. But this film has also got great direction. We should move on with the synopsis, huh?
I mean, I guess. I was going to add something, and then I lost it. Oh, this was her directorial debut. What? Whoa! The hand over the button is crazy. This was her directorial debut, which I think was crazy.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought Lost in Translation was.
Well, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe you're wrong. Maybe we should look it up.
Let's see. No, you're right.
Love it.
Clearly, it took her a while to like get better enough to make Lost in Translation, which is a film only intellectuals understand.
Are you saying that boys are intellectuals?
Duh.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay. But I don't know. I don't agree with the notion. Sorry, we're reading the synopsis. Go ahead.
Yeah. So her dad's a teacher, like a math teacher or something.
Yeah, the girl's dad
Mm-hmm.
is a teacher
And
at the high school that they attend.
I felt this movie was like very much like dreamlike, much like Lost in Translation.
Guys, I did not come here to talk about Lost in Translation. Nemo just pulled this on me.
You need to watch that again. I bet you'd like it.
I bet I'd fall asleep.
Well, you could fall asleep to this movie too. So.
I couldn't. When I watched this movie, it felt like being understood for the first time.
Really?
I watched this as like an angsty teenager, and not that I was like, she's so me, but I was just like, wow, like I feel very validated in my life experience.
Well, I do feel anyone that has been a child could like identify with having really controlling parents and like feeling like you're in a prison. So definitely I feel like anyone really could feel that. But I do feel like maybe there are specific things for girls. One of the things that I really identified with is like especially Lux in this movie is like you never know what she's actually like thinking or feeling. Right?
I understand her. I understand her.
I mean, you understand her after the fact when she like reveals what she is, but up until then you have no clue what she is. And like,
what do you mean? She's just a girl. Like, what do you mean?
No.
What she is? What is she?
She was confusing.
No, she's not. She just has like an inner conflict going on.
The only woman I understood in this movie was the mom because she was like a man. Okay, so at the beginning of the new school year in the fall, Lux forms a secret relationship with... Okay, this is kind of like skipping over a lot of stuff.
It skips over a lot, yeah.
So this guy, like, Trip Fontaine, I don't really like that name.
Oh.
It's like a really douchey name.
No, I think that's the point.
Basically, all the girls like him, but Lux doesn't really like him. At least you feel like she does. This is why I'm saying she's confusing. At the beginning, she's like not into him, but then they work it out, and then basically she reveals herself. And
reveals herself.
That's kind of a weird way to put it, but like she chases after him and like kisses him in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when I feel like the movie kind of gets more serious because you feel like something is about to happen that's bad because her parents like don't let them like leave the house alone, kind of. They can only like go to school, I guess. So Lux is kind of moving away from her parents, at least their control. And let's see. Yeah, I talked about all this. And basically Trip talks to her dad one day at school and is like, can you allow me to take your daughter for a homecoming dance? And then he's like, I'll talk to the wife about it. And they like make a deal, and it's like, oh, we'll go as a group, and dad will be chaperoning the dance or whatever. And then yeah, we should stop here and let you talk.
Okay. I think it's interesting how you were like, she doesn't like him, and then she does, which is confusing, because I don't think it's confusing at all. I think, she's not entertained by the fantasy that all the other girls are entertained by, like the hair and the attitude and whatnot.
It's kind of cool hair.
He just, yeah,
That's
unfortunately,
cool.
yeah. But then he like shows interest in her and like makes her feel special, which nobody really has before. Like she hasn't gotten that kind of like attention by anyone, and so getting it from like him felt like. And he talked to her dad. He watched movie. He went to their house and uncomfortably sat on their couch and watched TV with them. And she knew what kind of sacrifice that was. And she was very moved, I guess, by the gestures. And he really made it seem like he cared about her beyond just like being a girl that he wanted to have. Which ultimately he reveals that all he wanted was the chase. And he just kind of like abandons her in a very vulnerable moment. and ghosts her, and then, that really does something to a person. And
Right.
I think that's kind of where we see the crash out of Lux start to happen, is because then she's like confused because, this person pretended to really care and they didn't. And so that really
Here's what I
messed
felt.
with
I
her.
felt like he did, but like
Nima.
no. Well, there's the scene where it flashes to the future where he says he did.
I think it's so easy for men to kind of be like, I really cared about her, when what did he really do to show that? Because he like didn't seem to care about her in his youth. But hindsight's always 20/20, and I think that's a form of cognitive dissonance on his end, where he's like, yeah, I did a really messed up thing, but I did actually care about her. I was just young, and it's like, I think that's just something you're saying to make yourself feel better.
I feel like he definitely did something bad, but then I'm just saying, like, what I felt in the movie was like, I was like, wow, he just left her there. That's pretty messed up. But then I was also like, why did he leave her there? And I did think about what you said, like, yeah, he was like into the chase, but then I was also thinking, like, was he just like overwhelmed by the fact that, why? Well, like he has to go through her parents to like, how is that gonna work?
I think there's an interesting phenomenon where men really want things that they can't have.
That's amazing.
And
No, only great men want stuff that they can't have. Beta males, they always don't want stuff what they can't have.
No, don't make people think that I associate with an Andrew Tate like
No,
vocabulary
it's not
user.
Andrew Tate. I don't really like Andrew Tate. I find him funny, but I don't like him that much. No, but I do agree with you. That's true, but not all men. I know a lot of people that can't have what they don't, or they don't want what they can't have. They're scared.
Okay, but those people aren't Trip Fontaine. Especially for Trip having something, like, he gets everything he wants all the time. He has every girl, like, on him all the time. And so to see the one that isn't, he's like, well, I have to change this. And then he changed it, and that was it. Like, he got what he wanted.
Yeah, I agree. I was just, like, thinking, like, was there something else there? Or is it really that simple?
I think it's that simple.
I won't use the button because I feel like you can definitely have that opinion. I just was like, I didn't know for sure if that was all of it. I think the movie is more complex.
I've also read the book.
There's a book?
Yeah, the book came first. It was written by a man, which is interesting.
That is interesting.
He actually does a pretty good job. I can't lie. But in the book, he kind of delves into Trip more, and you can kind of see through the veil of, I really cared about her.
So he doesn't like her.
I think men have a lot of exploring to do in the realm of emotions, and that's all I have to say about that.
That's funny. That was hilarious. Come on. Everyone does.
I don't think so. I would argue that men more than women need to figure out their emotions.
There's nothing to figure out.
What do you mean there's nothing to figure out?
It's so simple.
Okay, let's hear it, Nima.
Hear what?
Let's hear the emotions if it's so simple.
What, you want me to start crying on air?
Sure. Could you? What am I wrong about?
I would never do that to my folks at home. Or in the car.
Oh, wow.
Jinx.
Wait, Jinx. Oh, man.
Jinx again, I guess. Where were we in terms of the plot? Oh, yeah, she leaves him out, or he leaves her out in the field.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny at the same time.
Oh my god, that is not funny. Literally, I would also kill myself. I would also.
Well, I was like, why didn't she just go kill him? That would be a more interesting film.
Because women internalize their feelings more than externalize them.
Yeah. No, I don't blame her for, I was thinking, like, she should just go on a revenge tour right now.
She low-key did go on a revenge tour, and then she, slept with everyone in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and that was weird. It was, on the roof. I was like, what?
Well, what else is she supposed to do?
First of all, why not on the back side of the house? Why did she do it on the front?
Because her parents are everywhere. She didn't feel
doesn't
safe
make any
anywhere.
sense. Why on the front side of the roof? That makes no sense.
It's the middle of the night. Everyone's asleep. It's like a perfect American neighborhood.
Yeah, but the kids were in the room with the telescope.
Well, that is to drive the plot. So
That's a good excuse.
It's actually interesting to think about how the movie like is only materialized by the boys' imaginations. Like we don't
That's
actually know like
I like that.
what truly happened because it's all kind of what they imagined from reading the diary.
Right. That's what I would say, that the film had like a kind of a dreamy, like surreal like quality to it. Back to Lost in Translation, that movie does too.
I need a stop at Nemo button.
Well, I'm actually giving you this button.
Well, no, but I have to
after
keep
the
it.
show.
I have to keep it as
But
it is.
until that, I'm the master of the button.
Whatever.
It's a red button.
It is a red button.
You know what? Let's talk about business for a second.
Business?
When I was looking for this on Amazon, the amount of like buttons you can buy for like specific phrases, not good enough. People maybe no, I don't want to do this because it's too stupid. But somebody watching this, if you're interested in starting a business, make a button business and like add common phrases like "you're wrong," "high quality," stuff like that. Sell a bunch of different phrases. People will keep it around their house, bring it on their radio shows. It'd be amazing.
You could revolutionize communication.
I bet these are, I don't know, are they cheap to make?
I'm sure that took a penny to make.
No, not a penny.
You don't think so?
No, probably like $2.25, probably.
Well, that definitely came from like a third world country where the penny goes a lot farther.
Is
than
China third world?
Oh, well then never mind.
I mean,
Depends on who you ask, yeah.
Depends on the part of China.
One could argue the U.S. is a third world country.
What's the first world?
An ideal that we haven't reached yet.
Oh, that was very deep. Where were we in the plot?
The boy's imagination, dreamlike.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is a good scene. She, like, comes back home at, like, 6 a.m. Her parents are, like, furious. Okay, sorry, the mouse.
Oh, yeah, Nemo
again.
lost his spot.
Oh, yeah, okay. So they take the kids out of school. And, you know, the parents are self-destructing as well as the kids. They're ruining their own family. Basically just, like, I don't know. They're just, like, playing God or whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to control everything. And sometimes the harder you push, it's like physics. The harder you push, the more you get pushed back. You have to be so strong to actually, like, have a successful endeavor with force. And the parents are not strong enough to control the daughters.
Bars, Nemo. That was bars.
And the daughters basically just sit around and in the room. And okay, let's talk about how dumb this mom is.
Let's talk about how dumb this mom is.
The mom is like, oh, come down and burn all your rock records. And I was like, does this moron not know that if you burn all this, like, I don't know, plastic or whatever the heck it is, like, does she not know that the whole house is going to be filled with smoke and they're going to be coughing for like 2 days?
I think it's a testament to how reactionary she is. Like, she wants, like, to do something big to make it this big reaction, but in the end, like, it's so harmful. Like what you said, like, burning plastic is stupid and harmful to everyone involved. She was stupid.
I liked her, but she was dummy. That scene
genuinely, I feel like, left a scar on my heart. Like, that was so hard.
You're into vinyl.
Yeah, I've been collecting records since I was 13 years old, and if my mom was like, burn all of your records and, like, force me to do it, I would literally, like, I would also kill myself.
My cousin Zach is really into vinyl and stuff, and this could be a good prank. Comes home, everything is gone. That would be funny.
Very funny. Like, very funny.
the movie is called. You know what? I'm not gonna say it. That was too far.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the records are burnt,
Yeah.
and I was talking about her intelligence. It's very low.
Very low.
Um,
I think it's interesting. The movie's all about like kind of the male gaze and like how.
that was so weird.
What?
It just sounded weird.
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Is it really about that, you think?
Nima, yes. Are you serious?
Well, yeah, I guess it's through the eyes of the neighbors.
It's literally through the male gaze.
But that just sounds creepy.
Well, the male gaze is like a phrase used in film critique all the time.
Okay, I see what you mean, like from the standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually a great essay written by, I forgot the name, but 1975 essay about film and how women are portrayed in it. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, the movie's about the male gaze, and but the only person who really seems to be having the struggle and reaction to the girls is the dad, and the mom is kind of like the villain of the story.
Yeah, I thought the dad was just like going along.
He was going along in the book too. I think I also like confused the book and the movie a lot because
Yeah, it's possible.
I did both. But the dad has a big internal conflict about it. Like he gets really depressed. He quits his job. Does that happen in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the mom, she gets angrier and angrier, and the dad gets sadder and sadder. And it's just interesting to see that.
I wish they showed a little more of him like getting depressed towards the end, because I could definitely tell that he was like on board with like letting his daughter like go out with this guy Trip, but then like he has to talk to his wife about it. What is there to talk about? Just say okay.
I mean, think about the mom. Like, imagine he was just like, okay, like the mom would have a hissy fit and like burn the house down. Well, the mom is obviously like very destructive.
I know, but you can't give destructive people more power. They just keep going, and
that's actually a great point.
Get bigger and bigger things to destroy.
Wait, that's actually a great point.
You just gotta ignore them and say, "Oh, well, you have no power."
I don't think the dad had that realization.
Yeah.
I don't think he was brave enough.
To him.
I know we should have had a sit down with the dad.
Yeah, and I like James Woods as an actor. He's a good actor.
Okay.
Have you seen Casino?
No, but I really want to. That and Bad Times at El Royale or whatever.
Never seen that one.
El something.
But in Casino, he plays a really great character. He's like a really big scumbag, but he's very cool at the same time. He's a loser, but he's cool.
I love that. I love a cool loser.
Sorry. We're gonna... Yes. Come in. All right, so we were gone for a few minutes there. Someone needed help.
Yeah, we had to save the day.
All right. So we were at the part where, they take her out of school, basically. And we talked about the dad's kind of struggling. The mom is, destructive. Oh, no. My thing is gone to the lock screen.
I think... What do I think? I think that I have nothing to add yet. I'm just like going to try to entertain the people, and I don't know that I can.
Okay, so basically during this time, Lux starts to have anonymous something encounters. I don't want to say it. On the roof of her house, which is the dumbest thing. Why'd she do it in the front of her house? She must have got that from her mother.
The back of the house, the roof was just a slant, because it was a 2-story house, so like there was a ledge to exist on.
Interesting. Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay. Oh yeah, and like the boys from her neighborhood are like watching with the telescope, which I feel like the zoom is too intense on a telescope for that to work, but we'll give it a pass.
Okay, yeah.
And then basically the sisters start leaving notes for the boys, like saying, like, help us.
Yeah.
Our mother, she's crazy. She burns plastic, and she doesn't know what that does.
It was the 70s. Did they know about that in the 70s yet, or not?
Was it the 70s?
Right?
I thought it was like the 80s. Who cares?
Okay, yeah.
Uh, cancer was invented in the 80s.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
they didn't know about it. So, oh yeah, this is like when things get crazy. So this like passing notes continues, and then Lux passes the final note, and she's like, "Come to the house at midnight, or wait for our signal."
Mm-hmm.
They go to the house. She's just like sitting in the living room smoking, which is a little sus, because like
Right.
her parents would smell it,
Yeah.
and she'd get a whooping or something.
Well, the movie does end with everyone in gas masks and like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
So
let's not skip ahead.
Anyway.
Oh, this part is really good, actually. They like, I don't. Why did they go in the basement?
I don't remember.
So the Lux is like, first of all, she's like flirting with them,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Let's go in the car, and who do I get to sit next to, and all this." And then she's like, "My sisters will be down in a second. We have to wait for our parents to go to bed. My mother's an insomniac." And then like as they're walking down to the basement, I don't know why they go there, but they do. Um, they start like having like visions of them driving in the car together, which is like a theme of the movie, that people are imagining things, and it looks really nice. It's kind of like freedom.
Yeah.
The car is freedom.
The car is freedom.
And they like pass. This part's really good. It's like the guy's walking and he passes like 2 feet hanging from the ceiling, and then it's kind of like a haunted house almost. And they like flee and they step over a body in the kitchen, and it's like, oh wow,
Yeah.
they all killed themselves. So yeah, they just like run, and they're like, this is too much work. So we're not. You can't save these people.
Too much work is crazy.
They're messed up. And basically everyone kills themselves. Lux was the last one because she was sort of like the head honcho.
Yeah.
She was the leader.
Yeah, I think wasn't she the oldest or not?
That's why I liked her. She
Yeah,
was the leader.
She was the leader. Yeah.
And have you seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah.
Nurse Ratched is kind of like the mom,
Real.
even in terms of appearance.
Yeah, I think they kind of typecasted all like middle-aged brunette women with the crazy eyes as
Right.
that.
Nurse, and this is gonna sound weird, but the mom does have a certain, I'm not saying she's beautiful, but she has certain like qualities that are pretty,
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
Nurse Ratched is more obviously, she's kind of pretty but creepy at the
Mhm.
same time. So I don't know, maybe that was a thought process there. And so Lux kills herself. Yeah, they all kill themselves, and then like the parents walk out of the house, and I'm expecting them to get handcuffed at this point. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they should go to jail.
I mean, technically they didn't do anything. Driving somebody to kill themselves isn't like a federal offense. Now who's going to sue them?
Really? It is.
Driving someone to kill themselves?
Well, you can sue.
Who's going to sue them? Their kids?
No, it definitely is a crime. Parents have been arrested when their kids kill themselves if they, endanger their children.
Well, were they really endangered though?
Yeah.
They were just kind of like kept in the house.
Well, they took them out of school. They locked them in their room. You could make the argument that, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. It has happened before. And you can do the same with people that aren't parents.
Interesting.
But
The more you know.
like, obviously it's without a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
You need to actually prove it. But I was like, these people should go to jail because they basically just like bullied their children into killing themselves. And also they committed like kind of other offenses like pulling their children out of school, truancy or whatever.
Well, wasn't she homeschooling them though?
I don't think it ever said that.
Oh.
Because like one of the teachers at school asked the dad and he didn't respond.
Oh, I don't remember that.
So yeah, and then the film kind of ends with sorry, there's a bug here.
Look at you.
I don't know if I killed it.
Oh,
I'm
I was
not
gonna
a,
say I was very fearless.
not
Oh
a-
no, you did not. You
I'm
did
not a
not kill it at all.
I'm not a fan of bugs. Okay.
I think people who are fans of bugs are performative about it.
Do you know more girls like bugs than boys?
Yeah.
I saw a study. I was interested by that. Anyway,
Anyway.
so it's like a voiceover at the end with these boys, and they're like, we don't know what happened to them. But I was also at the same time thinking, like, it's kind of obvious in a way.
What do you mean?
Like, why they killed themselves.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty obvious. But I suppose it is mysterious. They were mysterious, or they were always kind of like half in, half out of like being normal.
The girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the family. So I thought that was maybe a little bit of a mystery, and then all of a sudden the stupid bug. I don't know if I'm killing this thing. No, I'm not. Okay. Don't say it. Don't say it. I was gonna say the F word. That was a mistake. All of a sudden the town turned super rich.
What do you mean?
In the like last scene, they're like all in tuxedos going to a mansion, and I was like, okay, this town's like nice.
Well, yeah, it's like a middle class suburb.
Yeah, but it was like Eyes Wide Shut party at the end. They were all wearing gas masks.
It was like a funeral. Yeah, the gas masks, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah, the funeral.
It was a funeral.
This was terrible. There was a protest. Unionized workers standing in front of the road where they're going to bury their daughter. I was like, just run these like thugs over.
Thugs?
Yeah. How bad do you have to be to block a hearse?
Dude, the union, like...
They should have been nuked. How bad do you have to be to block a hearse at a cemetery?
I, like, morally understand what you're saying, but I'm also like, that's kind of the point of the strike and the union.
The point of a car is to just keep driving.
Oh.
So I was, like, hoping the dad would, like, grab the wheel. Maybe that's how he'd go to jail. That'd be a bit of a redemption.
Redemption.
For his daughter.
Yeah.
Or was it all of his daughter? Was that at the beginning of the film?
No. Was it?
It was, yeah.
Oh. Never mind.
I think it was. Yeah.
You just watched it, Nemo.
Right. It was at the beginning because the daughters were in the back.
Oh.
Yeah. That was not cool. That's pretty messed up.
Yeah. Well.
Oh. Okay. And yeah, the boys go to this party and they are all like, we try to forget them, but we can't. Which I don't blame them because it's kind of crazy thing they witnessed.
Yeah, that is a really crazy thing. Traumatic for sure.
And they're at this Eyes Wide Shut party.
Yeah.
They're all wearing gas masks because, like, something about algae got into the water and the whole town stinks.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, everybody's just back to playing tennis. Shout out to Challengers.
Shout out Challengers.
They're on the golf course, etc., and nobody cares anymore. Here's a line from Eyes Wide Shut. He says, life goes on till it doesn't.
Till it doesn't.
So, very nonchalant. Everybody just doesn't care. And, sorry. I don't even think it's a bug anymore. I think it's a dust.
Oh. I thought you dusted.
Not here.
Oh, okay.
I would do a better job than this.
Okay. I think it's interesting what you say about, like, the girls being mysterious. Because, what? Why are you smiling?
Like the girls from the house?
Yeah.
How are they not?
Well, from the perspective of the boys, like, the boys kind of project this, like, puzzle fantasy onto them, and they're like, the girls are something that we need to figure out, and they're so tortured, and they're, like, going through her diary, and they, like, skip through so much, and they're just really interested in, like, the drama of it, and trying to, like, make this fantasy of them their own. And nobody, I guess, in the film really cares to, like, try to understand the girls. They just kind of are telling the girls how to be and, like, don't understand why they're so miserable about it. And, like, one of my favorite lines is, like, the famous one where the therapist is like, why are you so depressed? And she's like, well, obviously you've never been a 13-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah, I knew you'd like that one. I was like, I'm just thinking about this is why she likes this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, I think the girls to me aren't very mysterious. It's just they're incomplete because they are projections of people that the boys casted.
No. This is not projections. They were mysterious.
I don't think so. I mean,
I'm
what's
backing the
mysterious
boys on
about
this one.
them? Of
Backing
course
the
you are. And
boys.
when aren't you, Nima?
This is very sectarian, I noticed. We're always fighting.
We're always fighting, and it's always about gender.
Yeah, but I kind of, speaking of projection, I kind of force that upon this medium. I like it. It's funny.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
I like it. I like conflict.
I like conflict. I couldn't tell.
No, I like conflict as long as it's for fun.
Yeah.
So what else?
So what else? I just
What
gave a
else
great take, and
happens?
you're like, you're wrong. What else? Uh-huh.
So it says the film ends with one of the boys acknowledging they will spend the rest of their lives trying to put together this unsolvable mystery of the Lisbon sisters and why they chose to commit suicide. I suppose that is a mystery. Why didn't they just run away? Maybe they were so scared of their parents.
Yeah, they were scared. There's like this concept of learned helplessness that people who are depressed fall into. So, and they feel like
Sure.
they can't do anything.
You're like a psychology major.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You a minor in anything?
Criminology.
You're a criminal. That's what I got from
Legit.
that.
Yeah.
I was talking to my roommate.
Uh-huh.
He's not currently my roommate, but he was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the gym every once in a while. And I was talking with him, and he said, what was it? He's like, watched this movie, and he's like, I watched it because I like crime.
The Virgin Suicides?
No, it
Oh.
wasn't this. He watched like a crime movie and said he likes crime.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking that all criminology majors are criminals. What do you have to say about that?
I think most people are criminals.
Really?
Yeah, I
What's
think
the worst thing you've done? You killed a person?
I've never done anything criminal before because I'm a good girl who follows the rules.
That's so cap. Not the worst thing I've done, but the crime I've committed, quote unquote, is, okay, so I was probably like 10.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's my friend Aryan. Oh, you know Aryan.
I love Aryan.
Why am I talking about him like I don't know? Like you don't know him. He's at the station. Yeah, so Aryan, I must have been like 10. I don't even think I ever told him, but if he watches this, he'll figure it out. So we had this like discussion, and
At 10.
yeah, he was like telling me how, I don't play Pokemon anymore, and I was like trying to get into Pokemon. I really like collecting stuff, and I was like, since you don't like it, could I have this card? And he like refused to give it to me, and it pissed me off. I don't know. I don't know if I can say that word, but it really got me really mad because I was like, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about Pokemon. It's not like it's a valuable card. Just give me the card.
Mm-hmm.
So I stole it.
No.
I
Nima.
stole it, and about a month he didn't notice, but then I was like, nah. I returned it back to where I found it. I never told him, and he never noticed, which proved my point.
That's a great thing, Nima. That was a very sweet story, actually.
And I'll like always remember that. That shows how moral I am.
Yeah, at 10.
So I screw stuff up. I do bad things, but morality pulls me back.
Mm. We need more of that in the world.
Yeah.
I think a lot of crime is stupid.
It's true.
I think crime is a social construct, and judging somebody for being a criminal is weird.
Crime's a social construct.
Everything's a social construct.
Like murder?
We came up with crime. Yeah, murder is a social construct. Objectively, well, there's two types
As a
of crime.
crime, I guess.
There's crime that's like objectively, like it strikes something in us where it's like everyone can agree that that's wrong, like murder and other things that I probably can't say on air. Objectively wrong, inherently bad. But then there's things like shoplifting, which is only a crime because we live in a capitalistic society, which deems that that's
Come on.
bad.
Well,
What?
Can I steal that around your neck?
Well,
It's
no, 'cause I
capitalistic
want
society.
this.
I'm gonna steal that
I
from you.
mean, that's
It's not a
that's theft.
crime.
That's not shoplifting.
Why?
Why is that theft and
It's
not
private
shoplifting?
property.
It's mine.
Why is it
Well,
private?
I mean, from stores.
But it's private property. It's for the taking.
I feel like you're misinterpreting what I'm saying.
No, it's not
What
true,
else?
though.
Loitering is also another socially constructed crime
If I go to
in
your
the
house and just
interest-
stand around.
in the interest of business. What else? Well, that's not loitering. That's trespassing.
Okay, what if I stand on like your sidewalk just staring at you?
That would be stalking. Or
Why? It's loitering.
Well, if you're just staring at me, then there's the intent of like watching me.
All right. Anyway, I was gonna ask you a question. Oh yeah. Okay. I met this one girl and I knew her like all throughout high school, but she was a super pacifist
Mm.
and she was really against killing.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask you the question: would you kill in self-defense?
If I had to, yeah.
Okay. So you're normal. This girl, and I don't believe her. You know, shout out to Olivia Roselli.
Wait, can I take a cough break?
Yeah.
This is so bad.
Shout out to Olivia Roselli, the girl I'm talking about.
I was gonna say.
Olivia was a handful. You know what?
Do I remind you of her?
In some ways, yes. Because I would kind of like mess with her, and there was some sort of like feminist arguments we would have, and it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Olivia. I'd love to be your bestie.
And she I think she went to NYU, but she's probably done now. She's probably back to Ladera Ranch.
Ladera Ranch.
That's where I live.
Good to know.
Yeah, and if you want to come to my house, it's loitering. It's a social construct.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, so I never forgot that she was talking about beta. She was a beta. Okay, if you won't defend yourself when someone's killing you, you are a beta. Let's be honest. Doesn't mean you're a bad person.
I think she can't cope with the trauma of killing somebody.
But she's lying, though.
Nobody knows what they would do
I know
in
what
a
she
moment.
would do.
What I would do?
know what she would do. She would defend herself.
There are people who can't defend themselves. Not saying that she couldn't.
because they're weak. But she would defend herself if she had to. She would if she needed to. If she had a gun, she would aim it and go boom, 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 boom. She wouldn't go like there and be like, oh my God.
Low-key, okay, I'm going to say something that you're not going to like.
I got the button ready.
If somebody was coming at me and I had a weapon to use against them, I would try not to kill them. I would try to injure them very badly to make them stop trying to hurt me.
Okay, the only reason I would ever like aim for someone's knee when I could aim for their head is you know, like you hear these stories like guy goes to jail when person broke into his house and he shot and killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of freaks me out.
Well, I think that's only in some states where that's illegal. In most states, that's legal to do.
And yeah, I know, but in this state, you have to have like certain, I don't know, reasons to do it, which I would make up. I would make up a bunch of stuff and say he was charging at me and he jumped at me and I shot him. I bet these people are so honest. They were like, oh yeah, he was just standing there and I shot him. And they're like, oh, you're going to jail. Shout out Olivia Roselli.
Shout out Olivia.
She's in my
I rock
French
with
class. Yeah, I liked her. She was nice. But she's a bad liar. Just calling her out on air.
I know she's not here to defend herself, and you're just like, she's lying. She's like, she would so kill someone.
All right, let's end. I think we probably did about an hour and
I'm sure we did more
10
than an
minutes. No, because we have an hour 10 here, and we
Oh, really?
yeah we kept recording,
Sweet.
so we probably can go for like 10, 15 more minutes.
Lovely.
I want to talk to you about this gambling addiction.
That you have.
that you revealed.
I do not. I do not have a gambling addiction, for the record, guys.
So, you went to Morongo on Thursday, and I apparently went like a week before you, probably. It's a coincidence.
Yeah.
This was not my first time to the casino.
Yeah, apparently you are a frequenter. He
I'm,
was like, native casinos are like this, Vegas casinos are like that, and if you want to go do the slot machines, go to Vegas. If you want to do tables, da 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 da. And I was like, whoa, like he's an encyclopedia of information.
and I was like telling you, I was like, you have to have at least $500
I
on
know.
this game, or it's no fun.
I was like, I went in with $60, and Nemo was like, rookie numbers.
I just don't know how you have fun at a casino for 60 because you could lose in 10 minutes and then you're just standing around.
I mean, yeah, but I just have such an aversion to losing money that it's like if I lose $60, I'm okay with that. I don't go into a casino expecting to make money.
Oh my god.
What?
I always
think
go
that's
in thinking
naive.
I'm gonna win, but it's you need it though, or else why would you go?
For fun. It's like
It's not fun.
It's an adult
if you
arcade.
Lose. If you lose, it's no fun.
Well, but you got to play the game, so that's the fun part.
I mean, I like to gamble and I like to invest, which is like adult gambling for normal people. I really like high risk stuff, and I think that casinos are awesome. I wanted to own a casino when I was little.
That's really interesting.
I would look out the window when we went to Vegas and I would just see my name on the buildings. Seriously, I still kind of want to own a casino. I'm obsessed with casinos.
I kind of see
ever
that
since
for
I was
you.
a kid.
Wait, Nima, I kind of see you being a casino owner.
And I don't mean like a Morongo. Okay, I would like the best casino in Vegas, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of square feet of casino floor.
Right.
All this stuff. I was obsessed with it when I was a kid, and it endured until, you know, I'm 22 now.
Wow. I'm turning 22 in
Oh wait, it's still not your
4
birthday?
days. 4 days.
Oh, so I'm giving you this button as a birthday gift.
Yes. Thank you.
The generosity.
I know, that's very kind of you, Nima.
It was $12.
I thought it was 10.
Something
This
like
is
that.
crazier.
It was like 10 or 12. It's made in China.
That's great.
You like China.
I actually don't know how I feel about China.
Would you go to China?
Maybe not.
I'd go to China. Although I have this person in my family who went there and he said like the menus are like rarely in English and like the waiters don't speak English.
Yeah.
So he said he got something and it was super spicy. Do you like spicy food?
I love spicy food.
Oh.
I don't like when things are too spicy where it negates the taste. I
Yeah.
like when the spice is like an addition to the flavor.
Yeah, I'm not really good with spicy food.
But I will say I love Takis. Whenever I eat Takis, I like lick the spice off of the chip and kind of throw the chip away. And I just think that's really great. But I don't even think I like the spice in Takis. I think it's the salt that I like.
I had spicy tuna rolls yesterday and too spicy.
Really?
Yeah.
How spicy is too spicy? What's your limit?
I can't eat any peppers.
At all?
No.
Bell peppers?
I hate the taste, but
Really?
they're
Okay.
not really too spicy. But if they're cooked, they're not spicy at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Raw, they're disgusting to me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I hate. Okay. One time on my show with my friend,
Mm-hmm.
we would do challenges like where we would eat bad food,
Okay.
and we ate a Serrano,
Ooh.
which I didn't even think was that bad. Like on the
Yeah.
Scoville scale, it's not even that high, and it was really painful.
Yeah.
He had a worse reaction than I did because, unlike me,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't slam it down. I just drank a bunch of water and slammed it down. He chewed it for about a minute,
That's a rookie mistake.
and we paused it, and we had to walk around the whole community.
Yeah. Damn. Oh,
You can say damn.
no, I can't.
You can't.
I don't know. Can I?
I say it all the time.
Oh, well. Never mind then. Nima, I actually have something to confront you about.
Okay, confront
My friend Alex.
that guy.
Yeah. He sent you an email asking to be on the show, and
No
you
way.
never responded to him.
When did he do it? I checked.
Weeks and weeks ago.
But I checked. I didn't
weeks
see
and
him.
weeks ago. We crafted the perfect email to you, and we thought you were ghosting us.
Okay. Well, why didn't you text me?
Well, because I was waiting to confront you in person. I actually didn't
Dang
think
it.
about texting you about it. I should have.
Wait a minute. Can I read it?
Sure.
I checked. I swear to God, like 5 days after or something, our episode, I checked. So his name's Alex.
Yeah.
Alex. Where?
What do you mean where?
Urgent sub request. That's not it. Where is it?
Well, he sent it to you.
Like my
Not
UCI
yeah,
email?
the KUCI email.
I'm on
The one
it.
that you put on.
Where is it?
Okay, we'll check the UCI one.
Why would it be there?
I don't know.
What's so? His name is just Alex
Alex Myers.
Myers. It's not here.
What?
M-E.
M-Y.
No, so M-Y.
E-R-S. It was a beautiful email, Nima.
It's not here.
Okay, well, I can call him and he can pitch himself to you right now.
I don't know about that. I'll have him on the show.
When?
How many shows do we have left for the quarter?
I think 2 or 3.
If we have 3, including this one, he can definitely come on. What movies does he like? Do you know?
He likes Casino.
Sick.
He likes a lot of everything. He likes everything. He likes action.
Look at this.
What?
You guys did it wrong.
What do you
Says,
mean?
forward. Delivery status notification failure. Alex Myers.
What?
It never sent.
No.
You put. It says you put at kuci.edu, isn't it? Org.
I think on the episode you said .edu because we kept rewinding the episode to like type in your email.
Yeah, it's .org.
This is horrible news.
So it's not my fault.
Okay, it's not your fault. Okay. Well, we had to hash that out.
It's so hot in here right now.
It's really
This
warm.
is death.
Yeah. Okay, wait, this is so exciting.
He likes the movie Casino, and that's
He likes
it.
action movies. He likes all movies. He's a film minor. Like, he just loves
Okay,
movies.
then I'll have him on. Do you know Sean Summers?
I love Sean.
I had him on my show twice. He was pretty good. He was
Sean is well spoken.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, he is.
I sat in one of his classes and he was like the microcosm of the American dream. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, Sean.
That impressed you, huh?
I was just like, have you talked to Sean like besides that?
I mean, yeah.
I would never imagined him saying microcosm.
The microcosm of meeting Sean was amazing.
Yeah.
He was a good guest. I liked him. He was fun.
Wait, I need to listen to that then. I didn't
Yeah.
know Sean was on.
It was actually one of my better episodes.
I bet, because Sean's the best.
Maybe I had him on 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wish I
perhaps.
talked to him about that then.
Yeah, I wonder if he even remembers.
What do you mean?
I just wonder.
I'm sure he remembers.
Okay. Well, that would be nice. I was at the Mission Viejo Mall.
No, I don't go down there.
Shame. It's a great place. I went to the Mission Viejo Mall and I saw like a kid from my school that I wasn't even like friends with. Well, I was friendly with him.
Yeah.
But like we were total acquaintances. I was wearing a beanie and everything. He recognized me immediately.
Really?
And it felt so good.
I'm sure.
I was like, wow.
It's
Very
nice
nice.
to be remembered.
I recognized him immediately as well. So I was like, it's good to have kindness reciprocated.
I agree. Nima in a beanie is an interesting sight.
I wear it like when I don't want too much attention, I guess.
Oh, do you get a lot of attention otherwise?
Yeah, I'm a celeb.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
I have a
forgot.
show where hundreds of people watch.
And you get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars.
like $800,000 an episode.
$800,000 an episode.
I have a motorcade.
A motorcade?
Yeah.
What is that?
You don't know what a motorcade
I
is?
don't.
It's like a procession of cars.
Of course I don't know what that is. Why would I know what that is?
Everybody knows what that is.
Nobody knows what that is.
It's like the presidential motorcade. It has like 2 limos, like an ambulance. It has it has like a bunch of suburban armored Chevrolet cars.
Would you ever drive a Tesla truck?
I was in one, but I didn't drive it personally.
How was that experience?
It was weird. They're very long cars.
Explain that more.
They're hard to drive. They're big.
Did you try to drive it?
No, but I could tell my dad was struggling with it.
Oh, it was your dad?
And he's good with cars, but it's just massive, but it's cool. It's very different.
It's different.
I really like the Teslas just with the self-driving. I think it's sick. I like just smile. It's almost like you have a pet that's like doing a good job. Like when I was done with the Tesla, like my cousin has one, and one of my friends from Minnesota has one, and they let me sit behind the wheel. And when I was done, I was like, "Good boy."
Oh wow!
I was like, "This is a great pet. He was so smart."
That's so interesting. I think it's interesting how we personify and give life to artificial intelligence.
That's true. Have you seen AI, the movie?
No.
Go watch it.
AI, the movie, what year?
It's like I think 1999.
Interesting.
It basically is the Kubrick movie he never made. It was directed by Spielberg.
That's a bad pitch to me. That's a horrible
I think
pitch
you'd like
to
it.
me.
I think you'd like it.
Okay.
It's very sad, tragic,
Oh.
but it's very sweet at the same time.
Okay.
It's like bittersweet. It is about what you're talking about, like how you can love something that isn't real. It's very tragic. I love it. It's actually like in my top 50.
Interesting. I should watch it. Is it called AI or artificial intelligence?
It's like, I think AI : artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Okay, do you have anything?
I don't know. I knew I had to confront you about the email. That was actually my only motive of coming, so. No, I don't think so. Wait, Nima, I'm kind of sad this might be our last episode.
Yeah, it might be.
Ever.
Depending on how much we have left of the quarter.
I know. This was so fun. And you only busted out the "you're wrong" button, 3 times?
Can I say where you're going back to, or are you scared?
What am I going back to?
The city.
Oh, well, I don't know if I'm going back. I don't know what the future has in store for me at all.
Is that scary to you?
It's scary, but there's a lot of wonder and excitement in that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I really don't want to go back home. I would rather stay. I don't really like Orange County, like this part of Orange County, but I'd love to stay in Garden Grove, Westminster, Redondo Beach area.
Westminster?
I love Westminster. I don't know why.
I don't think it's very nice.
Well, it's not, and that's probably why I like it.
Sarah.
We have different. We're very different, Nima.
It's such a strange thing. It's not nice, but that's why I like it.
Because here, it's just such a bubble. It's just so.
It's a bubble of good.
Have you watched Greener Grass?
No.
Oh, it's more of a me movie, but it's just kind of about how uncanny, perfect places are, and I don't know.
It's a bubble of good here.
Good is objective or subjective.
I've declared it.
Oh, well then no, it's not anymore. But yeah, I just like existing in places where things are more real.
Crappy.
and there's trash on the ground and people smile at you when you talk to them.
You like the trash on the floor.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just it's indicative of a place I would like usually.
Is littering a social construct?
No, it's just a bad thing to do.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you with the movie AI as a final rec.
I'm so excited.
Do you have a movie for me that you'd like to recommend?
What the heck? I wish I came prepared. Oh, wait. Alex sent me a screenshot of the email. Can I read it to you?
Yeah, let's do that before we go.
Okay. Okay. I want you to know that the subject line was "Hello there," and it was a Star Wars reference.
Yeah, I immediately got that.
Okay, love
Don't
that.
worry.
Okay. Nima, you said if I was interested in coming on the show to list some of my favorite movies and tell you why I'm an eligible bachelor. To tell you the truth, I think you need to take me on a date first before you start asking me questions like that. Your show, maybe? Be warned, though, the listeners might like me more than you, so I understand if you don't want me on the show. Would hate to rob you of that $80K salary and all. But seriously, I do like Kubrick, Star Wars, and I heard you're a fellow poker player. I watch a lot of films, so I'm sure we can make some magic happen. At least Sarah thinks so. Let me know.
What? Okay. It's 800K first of all.
Right.
It was this. I am so confused right now.
Why are you confused?
What was that part about Bachelor?
An eligible bachelor for the show.
Oh, okay. I was a little confused there.
I think the point of the email was to have some like funny undertones, some double entendres.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's welcome on the show.
Okay, Sly.
But how many do we have left?
Kevin is here.
I'm
we can
gonna ask
ask.
Kevin.
Yeah.
And we shall.
Are you gonna be at the meeting?
No. Well, it's my last quarter, I think.
Nima,
I know.
come to the meeting.
I don't go anyway.
Come to the meeting.
I never go.
Why? Be
Because
part
it's
of the
boring
fam.
And we just sit around and talk about rules.
No, like it's like a fun one. It's like where we all are just like having a party and there's gonna be snacks. It's the day after my birthday, and you didn't come to my birthday party, so you should come.
This is not
to
a birthday
this.
party, though.
But Kevin just said it kind of was. So
I'm giving this button as a gift.
yeah.
Okay, what's the most expensive gift you got at this party?
Oh, nobody gave me a gift. Yeah, I threw the whole thing
That's
and spent
actually
all my
terrible.
money on it, and nobody got me a gift. Well, I said no gifts. I said it was just a get together.
Oh, God.
What?
I would never say that.
that's
Anybody that comes to see
I
me
literally, I
must
only
come
threw this party
with
for
gifts.
you. Like, no.
And
Their presence was gift enough.
okay, so I have a story.
Oh, okay.
I had a graduation party for high school.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people came. I
Mhm.
made so much money.
I'm sure.
Um,
And you gambled it all, and you made triple.
I invested it all.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I blew through it in
Yeah.
investments, and but so everyone came, like 20, 30 people. Everyone brought gifts. My aunts brought gifts. My dad's aunts brought gifts. Money,
Mhm.
cash money.
Cash money.
My uncle, who is not a poor man, but he's
Mhm.
very cheap, came
Mm.
from Minnesota to here.
Minnesota.
So he literally got on a plane, came to California, stayed in my house,
Uh-huh.
and couldn't bring a gift. Not even $20. That would be an insult. $20. Because he's rich, first of all. He'd got to do better than $20.
That is interesting.
I was pissed. He's a nice guy, but he's really cheap. Like, he doesn't spend money on anything.
I am also pretty cheap, except this party, which I kind of dropped a band on.
He
but
was the only one that didn't bring a gift.
That's so crazy.
I'll never forget it.
Yeah, you're gonna exclude him from your will at this point.
No, not going to be in my will, that's for sure. Why would he be dead by the time I die, maybe?
Well, you don't know that.
Yeah, probably. I could die in like 2 months.
You could die when we leave the station.
That's true.
I wonder how that knock sounds on the mic.
So next time we might have this Alex fella.
Yeah. Or am I going to be here? I feel like if I'm here, I can't contribute. I
Yeah, you
can't
can be
moderate.
here,
I
actually.
kind of
That'd
just
be
need to
funny.
see the magic happen.
Is he a good talker?
You guys are very similar in a lot of ways.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're kind of like two sides of the same coin. That being said.
It's like good and evil.
Yeah. Well, no, but
Who
like
is
he's
evil?
also kind of evil in his own boyish way, the same way you are.
All right, well, you definitely could be the next, maybe not the next guest, but the one after if we have 2 more.
Okay.
Because I got to have my neighbor on.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, my neighbor probably will be the last one.
So next show.
Probably.
Wait, exciting. Okay, I'll tell him. And he will listen. He listens to all of them, so
Really?
yeah.
Like live?
No,
On my YouTube.
on YouTube.
All right. So that's been the big N and the
Yeah.
big S.
I love that.
And we're signing off. This was Virgin Suicides. I like the movie. I recommend it. It's a good movie if you like Lost in Translation.
It's a good movie if you don't.
And see you later, guys.
Peace and love.
With you to the end of the line.